Now, this is the 25th anniversary of the Ashtabula County Choral Music Society.
It is.
But I was wondering, because I know that some of the people that are being honored in the Hall of Fame, they've been singing for a lot longer than that.
Oh, two of them are in their 90s, and of course one of them is deceased who would have been in her 90s. So, yes, we're going back a long way.
So this isn't people that have been in the Choral Music Society, it's just people that have sung?
Some of them have had something to do with,
okay.
One of them is one of our singers now.
Right.
One of them used to be a singer and a board member, and one of them was a conductor of the Choral Music Society. So 3 of the 5, we have a very close relationship too. So it's the Hall of Fame it's called the County Choral Hall of Fame, and the purpose is to get these stories from these people who have done all these things. You hear these stories, you know, so and so did this, and these names have been here the whole time I've been in this county, and they pop out at you.
Sure.
And we wanted to write the stories, collect them, archive them, tell them. So we do that in the form of the Hall of Fame, but then that archive and all those photos and everything that got digitalized in the process gets saved, and I'm planning on giving them to the libraries and so that people could access this information, because it's wonderful stories.
They had such an impact on so many people.
On so many people, and they were involved in so many different things that kind of makes the community come together, and those are the kinds of things about this that I'm excited to tell the stories.
I can remember Helen Dickey when I was a kid, and they used to have these big productions of, you know, like Oklahoma or something at the high school in Conneaut, and she was involved in all of that. I mean, that's what I remember about her.
What I understand about the story is that woman just was so prolific. She was just always organizing, directing, getting people together to put on a show.
She was, yes.
That's an amazing story. She just just had all the energy in the world to give people those memories and to provide that history for Conneaut, and we're real pleased that finally we are able to honor her. But we're also honoring, may I go on?
Oh, sure.
We're honoring another...
No, we can only talk about her today.
About another icon of Conneaut, which is Chuck Marcy.
Yes.
And he has such a wonderful story, and of course all of us who sing know Chuck sings. He has sung with us, actually. He's the 4th one. He has sung with us in the Messiah performances a couple of times.
When I was going...
2009, he was singing with us.
You're talking about him, and when I was going through the materials and stuff and putting it together to put on our website, I realized in the last year I recorded him singing the national anthem twice.
Yeah.
So I added that. There's a video if you go to our website, greatwavecom.com.
Yeah, he's done that twice at the D-Day.
He did it at the D-Day, and he did it at the Edgewood Conneaut
football game.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and that's was in July and August, and maybe it was June or May, whenever the football game was. So.
Well, isn't it amazing that a man was born in the, before 1920, is still singing.
He's a prisoner of war.
For our generation, in the 21st
it's an amazing
century.
story.
It is. He sang every opportunity, all those things that Helen Dickey did. He wanted to be
he's in all
part
the
of.
musicals.
He sang in his church choir for decades. He was just a wonderful, wonderful man. He's going to be at the banquet. We found that out yesterday, and we're thrilled. He's going to lead the national anthem at the banquet. We're going to hand him a microphone, and we're all going to sing with him. But we're going to do that for Chuck. And the amazing part of his story, the reason I really wanted to make sure this happened was he a choral director? Was he a teacher? Was he a singer in anything we did? No, but he sang his whole life, including as a prisoner of war during World War II. That's part of that story, and I thought, amazing to keep singing in a situation like that. That's part of a story that needs to be told.
He has a great history.
Yeah, he does.
You're right.
He's a hero in a lot of ways, but
he is.
I wanted the connection of the singing to come together there. The other...
Can we, before we get to the other ones, you mentioned the banquet, but I don't know that we've mentioned, can you talk about what's the events that are going on involving this? So when you say the banquet, people will know this. It's at Martini's.
It is. The silver anniversary celebration is next weekend, May 2nd and 3rd. The banquet is the 2nd, Saturday night. We are going to gather at 6 and eat at 7, and that's where the Hall of Fame will be. Induction ceremony will happen. It's at Martini's in Restaurant and Lounge, which is the old Ashtabula Country Club in Ashtabula. And the inductees be Helen Dickey and Chuck Marcy, but also Barbara Fole, who is a singer with us and has been singing. I got pictures yesterday of her and her college choir. She has been singing her whole life, Sweet Adelines. She just is everywhere singing, and she's done it all without any sight. She's been blind since birth, and she's just an amazing thing. She is on our board. She is the secretary of our board and prepares our minutes for us, and I get them in Word, you know.
She was a roommate in college with my cousin, and my cousin lives in Southern Ohio, and she's coming up for it.
Yes, she is. She's the one that sent me all those pictures.
Oh, okay.
From the college days, and real good friend of Barb. She's really deserved for many ways. Gerald Kujula from Geneva did his work in Geneva. He was the high school choir director in Geneva High School and Geneva Middle School for many years. His ability to contribute to choral music was cut short because he lost his hearing, so he has not been as active. But one of the first concerts in Ashtabula that I sang in, Jerry was the conductor, and it was a Messiah chorus, and then he conducted some things for us in the beginning of our organization. Wonderful conductor, wonderful singer, and a fun man, teacher. Lots of people on the west side of the county know and love Jerry Kujula.
What a tragedy he loses his hearing.
Isn't that something, Beethoven's story?
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Really? Yeah.
And then Madge Leonard, loved in Jefferson, just has done so much. Her life is just full of community service.
Yeah, not just music.
Not just music. She just has every award Jefferson has given, but she was a music teacher. She was a church choir director. But more importantly, she represents that group of people that have been patrons and supporters of the arts. She was on the Jefferson board that gave us one of our very first grants. She's encouraged people, and she's encouraged organizations and ways that people make music in this county. Under the radar, not very many people know all that she has done. She was on our board and was very important in giving us the courage to continue when times were bad. So an organization like the Choral Music Society has participants, but they're not just singers. Even audience members are participants, and she's a dedicated audience member. Financial participants. You have, of course, business sponsors and patrons that give money to help for the participation. So the community of this organization is well represented in the Hall of Fame as well. So,
how did you come up with the names? Because I know those are 5 good choices, but I know there are a lot of other ones that you... Is there going to be another Hall of Fame?
This is our second one. We did it in 2010, and we had, I think that's in your thing as well. They put in 6 in 2010, and my name isn't on there because that was a surprise, and I took this right out of the program. But there is a committee from the board, and we meet. We have asked the community to give us ideas, and we did get some nominations that did not get selected this time. But with 2 people in their 90s, we thought, won't it be nice to do it while they're still living and can share this with us? Some of these others were younger, that we're going to do it every 5 years on our anniversary. And so in 5 years, we'll collect them again, and the ones that are in the box will stay in the box and be considered again, and probably very well will be selected.
I see the class of 2010, you have my old music teacher when I was in kindergarten or so, was Agnes Sawyer. And she still comes to everything, still drives.
Oh yes, you're around town. She's a very spry lady.
She's going to be at the banquet. We're hoping she's at the banquet. We expect her to be. Oh yes, she's just a wonder. She's slowed down. She's not doing as much as she did. Yeah. So, but that was a lot of fun, and she just had so much to share with us and so much of a story to tell. So. The rest of the weekend is the May 3rd, and that's our concert, and it's highlights of 25 years. So we've gone back in the programs and selected things that, number one, we have the forces that we can do. It's just our chorale. We're not beefing it up by bringing in other singers from other areas and other groups to sing with us. It's going to be our group of singers, but we're going to sing some of our favorites and some of the things to remember, some of the history of the Choral Music Society. But there's one more thing, and that is it involves a combined choir of children. Taylor Peel is our children's teacher, and she has been working with a small group in Conneaut at Good Shepherd Lutheran Church since Christmas, and she's been working at the After School Discovery in Ashtabula. They had a concert yesterday at After School Discovery, and there's about over 25 of those children. We're trying to bring the two groups together. There's a workshop on Saturday when they get to come together, play together, sing together, and then prepare to sing in the concert. So we hope to have this component of Strive for Success in a Choral Music Society coming together as part of the concert on May 3rd. And your Conneaut virtuoso Norris Kelly, tenor, is on the program as well. So it certainly has a lot of that people from Conneaut will really enjoy.
Wasn't there something too about people that used to be in the Choral Music Society that there's going to be a practice, and if you want to, you can come back and sing one song that day?
That's right. Monday, the 27th, our rehearsal will be, by the way, the concert is at Messiah Lutheran Church.
Right. 4 o'clock.
At 4 o'clock on Sunday, May 3rd. In Ashtabula, and we're going to be rehearsing there Monday the 27th, and at 6:30 to 7. If there's anybody who ever sang with the Choral Music Society, we'd love to have you come and be part of this anniversary celebration. Come for that amount of time, and we'll practice a song or two that you can sing with us in the concert. I'm calling it the 25 Omni Choir, so anybody is welcome. Come and sing one or two songs, depending upon how many people come with us in the concert, and we get to recognize those people. So we're looking forward to that. We have a website, ashchoralmusicsociety.org. We also have, we're on Facebook, so you could go on Facebook and link to our website and find out all of this information. If you want to go to the banquet, we do need to have a reservation, because we've already turned in the number and are expecting 80 people to eat dinner that night, but we have a few tickets that haven't been spoken for. So you could call 813-3771 just to let us know. We'll hold the tickets for you at the door, and you can pay for them then. But we'd love to have anybody who would like to celebrate with these people, hear what they have to say. Please come. And people that go, they can get up and tell their memories of these people and stories and stuff. We have a.
Or is it something where you submit stuff?
We have had a group of people out doing interviews and collecting, and we're going to tell a story.
Oh, okay.
We will write. The board members will read the story of each person, and then the inductee will. There is a sponsor tribute, so there is someone designated either by the inductee or by us to give memories, to collect memories that they can share. I'll tell you, there's a time problem. You have 5 people. And,
I bet.
And so we're trying to keep it to an hour and 15 minutes of program. And you have to limit how much is said. However, the gathering time from 6 to 7, there will be displays, all their pictures, their awards, the things about these people. People can come and see these exhibits and talk to them and talk to their families and meet each other. So the gathering time is a time to share individually with each other and to let people know things they remember that we might be able to add in when people are speaking.
Sure, right.
So there's that opportunity. We really don't want it to last forever.
Personal touch added to the.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
The whole ceremony.
Yes.
That's nice. That's a nice touch.
And if they're there, they get to respond as well. So they will they will have an opportunity. We have signs to tell them you have 2 minutes left, 3 minutes.
Or a big hook.
Take it.
Like a gong show.
Last time we had somebody who did not understand the time limit.
Oh, there
and we
always
went,
is one of
no, we're
those.
going to be, it took 2 hours, so we're dedicated to making it be not too long, especially with these people, because the 90-year-olds are going to have to leave if we make it too long. So.
Right. And I wanted to get a little bit into the background, the history of the Choral Music Society, and you and Steve were talking on break there about it. I know that there's Christmas program and there's different things throughout the year, so you want to talk about that?
Well, the Choral Music Society in 1989, we brought together. Helen Dickey had an invitation, actually. I was aware of people all over the county that were involved in making music, singing. And I asked them to come and consider the opportunity to put together an organization that could, and it grew out of the Messiah Chorus in Ashtabula as a base.
Yeah.
That they did that every year, once a year, and we got together and said, what if we established an organization that would take on the ability to have more than one event every year. We'd have the Christmas event, but we could do other things and sing other choral works and so forth. And so out of that meeting, yes, let's do that. Some of these dignitaries, Jerry Kujala, some of these people said, yes, let's do it. It took us about 5 years to get nonprofit status, to get incorporated with the state of Ohio, to get a board established that was ready to do the work that needed to be done. And we've been creating. That first year we did 2. The next year we did 2. The next year we did 3. And there have been seasons in the course of the 25 years when we have had, 6 or 7 events happening. We had choir camps in the summer and events like that for children and educational things. Children, youth, and adults. Learning started to grow. And now in the last 5 years it's been a season which we work in the summer to prepare and raise money for, and then there is a Christmas concert. There's usually one in March. There's always one in March and May, and sometimes there are, depending upon when artists are available, when special events are available. For instance, county bicentennial, state bicentennial. We created events in the county that had to do with things like that. So when there are special things happening, we try to create special events for it and provide a program that involves singers. We are a county organization and are very committed to that and try very hard to draw people from communities all over the county. It's difficult because as the largest county in the state of Ohio, that traveling to get to rehearsals and performances is kind of a barrier, but we do have someone from Orwell and few from Jefferson and Conneaut and Geneva and Ashtabula that all come together. And we try to take our performances in different places.
Yes.
We've been in Jefferson and they're new. And when we started, there was one auditorium in the whole county. And that was Edgewood, yes. Right. And now we have these beautiful auditoriums in different schools. And we have auditoriums I'm waiting for New Leaf's Performing Arts Center to get open. He's wanted, he's been telling us we want you to come and we want to come, but because we like to have, once in a while, we like to have choirs with orchestras, and that takes the space, and there aren't even very many churches that can handle that. And so we're
Lakeside Performing Arts Center, that is with the organ and everything.
Yes.
Oh.
We were there at Christmas time, and the organ and Buddy Hill, who has put that organ in, was such a great help in creating a really special event. He decorated and lighted it, and it was.
I took a picture that night. That was really impressive. Not because I took the picture, although that's pretty impressive. But just all the decorations and all the people that were on stage. It was something else.
That has been the nice thing about, I'm at the end, after 25 years, I'm ready to think about, I told the board, you need to think about how to make this continue if I'm not doing it, and they're working on that, but the other thing that's happening is collaborations are coming together with the Performing Arts Center, and the way that people work together to get that event to happen made it a whole lot easier on us to do it. We came in and we rehearsed, we came in and we performed, and that was just delightful. And we'd like to be able to do that more often. But collaborations with the Performing Arts Center, collaborations with other organizations that help get things together. The children are part of After School Discovery. We're working on a collaboration for lifelong learning with After School Discovery, where we can do all of our educational pieces with their help and support and connections and grant money. So those things are really pulling the community together. We used to consider ourselves, and we're proud of the fact that we were an artistic organization. We're dedicated to quality performances and bringing people in that could play the music to make us sound better, and great soloists and things like that. And artistic, but now we're learning that, number one, community adds another element to it that is special, and we can still maintain those artistic standards. So
you were talking about March, and it was an impressive concert you had in March.
Thank you. That was
everybody came out of there like, wow.
that was a wonderful collaboration with Jared Jacobson. Now he helped us write that, and of course his ability to make it happen. He does that every Sunday in Chautauqua, so it was very easy for him to work in that format, and it was so much fun to have him there the whole weekend. The best part of his work, however, was this recital with children on Friday night, where we brought children from the county together, music teachers, several music teachers had their children come and play for him and their families, but then he talked to them and he made suggestions, and watching him teach these children, and that was the best part for me and for anybody who saw it. Saturday he did an organ workshop and taught people about the organ.
It was like people that played in church and people that played for musicals, and it was different contexts.
Right. We want people to be able to play that organ, not to always have to bring in these special organists to play that organ. And the local organists that play in churches are just a little afraid of it.
I would be. I did a video on that about a year ago when they were still putting it together, and you go up into that loft, and they've got all of because that thing can replicate all kinds of instruments.
Absolutely.
And all kinds of other things, like when we were talking about the Harold Lloyd, it can do a car horn, as well as a flute or a piccolo or a guitar or a drum or whatever. Piano. And like I say, the guy's playing with his hands here and his feet are going like this. I mean, I can't do it. So how he could do that, here's my illustration for the day.
Thanks,
well, Jared was able to show that you could use it. A church organist could use it. It's just knowing which stops to use, and so it has the ability to do the kinds of things that we want to be able to do, and it has the ability to do all that for the silent movies and anybody wants to be entertained by the organ. So we're looking forward to being creative about ways that we can
Kathleen, do you plan to have him back?
Yes, Jared.
He's already done it twice, right? He did Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, you're talking about the...
Okay, I'm sorry, we're switching gears.
Wickerham or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Jared Jacobson from Chautauqua.
Yes.
The conversation everyone was so excited. And I think he was very excited.
Yeah.
And we're talking about that. They're trying to get an organ camp where some of those children that he worked with would have an opportunity to to look at that organ and play it and learn how it works and everything. And he really sounded like he would love to come back. He texted me when he was at rehearsal. Buddy took him over and he practiced on it almost all day that day before the children's recital. And he texted me that day and he said, "This organ is great!" Exclamation point, exclamation point. And what a testament to the school, to Buddy, to the people that put it in, had the courage to have that put in.
Because there was
somebody
criticism.
like that. Yeah, Jared Jacobson plays an organ in Balboa Park in San Diego, California. He's been a community organist. He's played great organs all over the country. And for him to say that about the one in Ashtabula, Ohio,
that's a high compliment.
it was a high compliment. And it was something he wants to come back and play again. So that was a real shot in the arm, and it got me excited because I'll think of things we can have him come back for.
Sure.
He's a great friend, and looking forward. I sing with him in Chautauqua all summer, so we're looking forward to an opportunity like that. I know they're bringing Elizabeth Trident, the soprano soloist, is coming back to perform, and of course we always enjoy having her. I'm not involved in that one. The community is bringing her back, but it sure is a great opportunity for us because she's another wonderful performer. So.
And the organist that we played on the Harold Lloyd, he was there for Family Opera, and he's comes back every once in a while, and that's, you know, singing a silent movie on a TV screen is okay, but singing on the big screen with somebody playing the organ, and every once in a while looking over and seeing what they're doing, it's quite an experience.
I'll tell you that something that's coming up is the Theater Organ Society, or whatever it's called. The National Conference is going to be in Cleveland this summer, and I'm not sure whether it's this summer or next summer. But this national conference is coming to Cleveland, and they go out on field trips to experience organs, and one of the field trips is to Ashtabula Performing Arts Center. 100 people are going to be coming to have some time with that organ, and these great organists are going to play it and know about it, and so Buddy will be bringing a lot of good organists.
But hell, he was treasurer of the schools, and he sees this organ, and he just had an insight there.
He has 2 pipe organs in his home, and he has another home that has a pipe organ in it. This man has been putting pipe organs in places for, it's his hobby, that's what he does. Some people fix antique cars. He collects pipe organs and installs them places. And he just couldn't pass this one up. And
it was in Chicago.
Right, it was in Chicago, and he found it, and he belongs to the Theater Organ Society, and he found it in an advertisement. He called the guy, and he said, "You can have it if you'll come and get it."
Right.
And he did, and he brought it down, raised the money to get it put together and fixed and ready to go. It's a very expensive thing to have done.
Very intricate, yeah.
And very courageous of him to know that he would be able to raise the money to get it to happen, and then it's there, and it just keeps getting better every time they work on it. They add something or they make something better, so it's a real experience. It's a really nice thing, and it sure was nice for us. The organist, by the way, that is coming Sunday to play for us at Messiah Lutheran was the organist we had at the Messiah in the Performing Arts Center. She also, she's a Cleveland organist who's played all over the city of Cleveland. And I was excited about the organ, and that was before Buddy fixed some of the things that needed to be fixed. But she made it work very well for the Messiah.
I know that when they got that, they were going to have some things like in February of 2014, and then it ended up they didn't happen until like April because they miscalculated how long it was going to take to put that thing together and make it sound right. It was quite an undertaking.
Well, they got the pipes in, and then there were just acres of wires and connections that had to be connected. It was I saw them all laying on the floor of the stage.
Better them than me.
Wow.
It's just a technical marvel, but he loves it, and he has a guy who knows how to do it and does it really well.
So do you want to kind of, in a nutshell, wrap up what's the 25th anniversary, who the 5 people are, and the dinner at Martini's, and then the concert the next day?
I will, but before I start, I want to say thank you, because the Choral Music Society would not have gone for 25 years if the community and the singers and the money was not available to us. So everyone celebrates this, whether they attend or they don't attend. Ashtabula County gets the credit for this opera.
Do you look for new members?
We always do. We always do. We do a little bit of recruiting in the summertime and the early fall, trying to establish who our group for the year is going to be, and illness, and whether you're out of town or in town, all of those things contribute, but We always welcome singers. Anybody who wants to come and rehearse with us is certainly welcome. And some people come and do one event because they would like to do that event, and then they lay off for a while, you know. We always want new singers. We obviously always need contributions and people to support so that we can come up. I got all kinds of ideas, so it's just coming up with the money to support them. We're looking for children and building our children's choir program, so we're always looking for all of those things, and we're looking for audiences. So,
what are the ages for children?
Children are, well, age 10. We say it's from 4 to 6. And then we have high school, junior and senior high, 7 through 12 is another group that I work with. And adults is anybody over the age of 17, we say.
Steve is now over 17.
Is he?
Yeah,
just barely. Just 2 days ago.
Yeah.
This next weekend, May 2nd, May 2nd and 3rd is our silver anniversary celebration for the Ashtabula County Choral Music Society. Banquet with the induction of the 2015 class of the Choral Hall of Fame, including Helen Dickey, Barbara Fole, Gerald Kujala, Madge Leonard, and Charles Marcy. That's at Martini's Restaurant. Gathering at 6 o'clock. It'll last probably until 8 or 8:30. For reservations, call 813-3771. On Sunday, May 3rd is the concert, celebrating it. Anybody who has ever been in the audience or ever sung with us is come and celebrate with us. 4 o'clock, Messiah Lutheran Church on Prospect Street in Ashtabula. And it's chorale, adults, which are adults, youth, this children's choir, Norris Kelly as the tenor soloist, Marcia Snavely on the organ, Nat Askarova on the piano, and Nancy Guthrie from Conneaut accompanying the children. And anybody who has sung, come Monday the 27th at 6:30 to 7, and we will rehearse some songs with you that you can come and join the choir for in the concert. So visit us on Facebook if you'd like any more information.
Give us your website one more time, too.
Okay, it's called Ash Choral Music Society. That's all one word. Ashco Choral Music Society. Ashco Choral Music Society.org. But there's a link on Facebook, and that's a lot easier.
That might be the easier. Is look
we had a great domain name, and we let it go, and we couldn't get it back. So it was gone by the time we went to buy it back. So, but it's a wonderful Kimberly Kyoto, who's also from the Conneaut area, is the webmaster, and she's done a real nice job.
Okay.
That's almost a brand new website for us. So I think you'll enjoy it, and you'll find just about anything you need to know about singing, about contributing, about attending.
Okay, excellent.
Well, thank you so much.
All right, well, thank you, Kathleen Milford, and we're talking about the 25th anniversary of the Ashtabula County Choral Music Society and the 5 people that are being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yes.